We just witnessed one of the best game ones of a World Series ever, with the Dodgers and Yankees going to extra innings before a hobbled Freddie Freeman would walk the Dodgers off in a moment reminiscent of Kirk Gibson's 1988 blast, the last time the Dodgers won a World Series in a full season. But hanging over what will eventually be some truly iconic moments from this contest was the consistent inconsistency of home plate umpire Carlos Torres, who missed 11 calls per umpire scorecards, along with posting the third worst correct calls above average mark of the entire postseason at negative 2.7 in the most consequential game of the year so far. Let's start from the beginning and go from there, trying to run down in a supercut fashion every obvious call he missed. Starting with the top of the first, in which he had one of the rougher initial frames I've ever seen in a playoff game by a home plate umpire, missing the 1-1 pitch to Gleyber Torres that was a strike, but was a bit borderline as well. The one he would miss to Soto the following at-bat was less so, being solidly within the strike zone. But, in case you're thinking that he was just squeezing the Dodgers, he would then somehow call this 3-1 pitch a strike to Stanton, before putting the icing on top of this crap cake with a horrible first pitch call to Jazz Chisholm that wasn't even near the strike zone remotely. Garrett Cole would get a taste of his occasionally stingy ways in the bottom of the second for the first time when he painted this 2-0 pitch, only to see it be called a ball. You can't make a better pitch than that. The Dodgers would get another call in the top of the third when Flaherty got this strike that was again nowhere near the strike zone. Cole was back out there in the bottom of the third, painting that corner again to no avail, before, you guessed it, doing it again the next inning. But in case you thought that Torres was being biased against the Yankees or something, look at this pitch he called against Freddie Freeman in the previous at-bat. Yeah, I'm less inclined to believe he's biased towards anybody, and more that he's just not good. Things were relatively normal for the next few innings until the 8th, when Jazz Chisholm had this second terrible call go against him, on this slider that was objectively low. Mookie Betts would receive the same treatment the next inning on a fastball. Aaron Judge would then see this call go against him in a clutch spot in the top of the 9th, on a slider low and away, although admittedly this pitch was closer than most of the ones I've talked about today. Finally, the potentially most consequential missed call of the game came in the bottom of the 10th, with the Dodgers down by 1. Look at that pitch. That was basically exactly where the one against Chisholm had went, but in a situation where a team was down to their final 2 outs. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like the overall outcome of the game was affected too much by Torres' incompetence. But still, it does beg the question, why was a guy this inconsistent with the strike zone behind home plate in the World Series in the first place, especially in Game 1? I guess that all we can hope for going forward is that the rest of the umpires and staff have much better games than Torres did.